Okay, so let's talk about the standalone GPT. So I'm going to go back to the example I started. So essentially you launch the GPT, you start working with it. You can then stack other GPTs as you go along. With the GPTs, once you learn how to develop them, you can update the knowledge base with files and with instructions as you need to. So if you've developed a new offer, if you want to give it some more information to make it be more powerful, if you want to change how the customization works. So you can always do that on the fly inside your own GPT to keep refining it to do its job better and better for you. Now the standalone GPTs, you can use them to automate. I know I keep mentioning it and we are getting there, but I'm just sort of trying to layer this on for you so that you kind of understand all the differences. Now the cons of using it just on its own is that you're not able to organize the chats or group them together. So I'm going to show you that in a second. And you do need to make sure that you've got the latest information in each GPT that you're using. So what I mean by that is that if you're constantly coming up with new ideas and new offers and you've got 5 GPTs, you need to make sure they've all got that information in them, potentially, depending on the job they do. Obviously, the workaround is that we can pull stuff in as we need it. That's why we have our brand assets saved as well. And so hopefully you can see we can start layering all the pieces as we need them to make your system and workflow efficient for you. So let's go back to the one I was working on so I can show you what I mean. So this social media content writer, this was standalone. Now, the reason I mean that is because I just clicked here on the left and it started a new chat for me. So if I did that, I could start a brand new chat, and I could start again. And we're just here inside that custom GPT. Now, where that chat I was just looking at looks like it's disappeared, right? How would I find that again? And where it's moved it is down here into this chat. So if I click on it, you can see, okay, here's the custom GPT that it's, working from. If I want to go in and edit it, I can do that if I need to, add anything to it as I'm going. But what I can't do is save this anywhere. So I can't move this into a project. I can't kind of organize it. So again, this will depend on your system. For me, it's not the end of the world because, like I said, I move things off chat and into my own content management system once I'm happy with them. But I'm going to show you how you can connect them to your projects so you get the best of both worlds as well. With this one, as we remember, we asked it to write a post. We gave it some information from the messaging matrix. Behind the scenes, it's got my brand voice, it's got my offer, it's got the frameworks, all that stuff. So this final post it wrote for me, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's say I want to take this post, and one of the ones I've created is, one of the GPTs is this hook writer GPT. So the niche job that it's doing is literally just coming up with hooks. It's just been trained on loads of hooks, best practices, and so that's its only job. So what I can do now, and this is what I do, is I get it to write, and then I ask the hook writer to give me some hooks and ideas for it. Now, the way that we stack them, the way we pull them in is really straightforward. So I'm here in my chat, and we just use the @ symbol. And what that does is we'll pull up all your GPTs. So you can start typing the one you want. And now into this thread, we're still using this GPT, but we've stacked this hook writer onto it as well. So now it's going to focus on this tool for this next part of the chat. Now, based on, having spoken to clients, people that I'm helping with this stuff, this one does seem to resonate. So I'm going to say, use this hook. Okay, so let's see if we can just take out those end dashes. Okay, so you hired UVA to save time. So why does everything still depend on you? And then it's going into the post. It's taken out the end dashes as I've asked. So I would now take this, copy it, paste it into my content management system. That piece of content's ready to go. But let's say I now want to turn this into Instagram carousels. So I've got a GPT for that. So I just bring in my Instagram carousels builder. Okay, and so the GPT I have trained to not just blindly say whatever. It's like, right, we want to specify how many slides we want. We've got a few different frameworks that it's going to follow, and what is the call to action that we want on this set of slides. So I'm going to say Okay, and let's give it the CTA. Call to action is to send me a DM. Okay, so now it's turned it into a set of Instagram carousel slides that I can copy, paste into my content management system. That's ready for me, ready to go. I've got an email writer, so I could then turn it into an email. I've also got a subject lines copywriter, so once the email is written, we can get it to write a subject line, and so on and so on. And so this is what I mean by stacking the custom GPTs. So this one thread now allows us to create lots of different types of content from one idea to use across different platforms. And then I can always go back, to the original one and ask it to, come up with a new idea, writing a new post. And this is how you can really quickly cycle through ideas, create loads of content, repurpose it, and get it, really dialed in to your audience and to your voice.